Hello, YouTube. And yes, I'm doing it. I don't know why, but I'm going to break down the entire Wonder Woman movie. I guess the reason is that for the life of me, I cannot make up how do I feel about this movie. I don't know why. And it's not that I don't like it. It would be easy if I just didn't like it. The thing is that I can't. There's stuff I like about it. There's some stuff I don't care about it. But I think most importantly, I can't not summarize how I feel about it. So I think I'm gonna do this in a very unnecessary way. That is breaking down the movie, going through the motions, and maybe arriving on the other side with a mind made up. And thank you for being a part of this. Remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Apparently, that is very important for YouTube. And I think I may have posted or will post a live reaction to the movie that had a lot of technical difficulties, but it is my reaction, my live reaction, and it's a very interesting experience. So we'll go. Let's go. I mean, we can't lose time. This thing is gonna be so fucking long. Anyway, here we have the DC logo. Beautiful new DC logo that looked like shit when we saw it, but then when we saw it integrated in the movies, it popped up. It's amazing. And we have this intro in Themyscira. This shot it's very striking. The way Patty Jenkins capture color in a near artificial way, because it's very saturated, but it has a gloss, a beautiful. It has a certain purity to it, Themyscira. Well, in the first movie, we had a contrast with the world of war, but in this case, the 80s is just as colorful. We have this beautiful panning shot that goes to Themyscira. Jesus. No, the thing I did make up my mind about in this movie is how Patty Jenkins is a fucking technical genius. I mean, I trust her with Star Wars. I trust her with everything after this. This is gigantic. It absolutely feels unnecessary. And that's something that I'm conflicted about in this movie. It's so ambitious. It's so huge. And I still doesn't feel like enough somehow. It's very, very interesting. And we have here Antiope. I love her so much. This opening in Themyscira, this beautiful scale. There's so much more women in Themyscira than I expected, because this place is huge. But I mean, it's like the population of the entire island there, so I guess it makes sense. And I love to see these faces again, and we could argue that it's unnecessary, it's just exposition, but I mean, if we have it, just show it. I could never get enough of Themyscira. And we have this competition. This opening is more of it's a very interesting way to introduce Diana forming herself and her education and her morals. And we have this beautiful competition. I'm like, what the hell? This kid is going over all these grown-ass women, and this is fucking amazingly edited. No surprise there, because, come on, Patty Jenkins. But the way her interpretation of Themyscira is so much more grand than we'd expect. And it's not ancient, it's not futuristic, it's something else. It's very unique, and I like it. I would like to see more of this world. Not the costumes, Jesus, it's amazing. And we have this video games, epic shots one after the other, and Diana messes up. She falls down, she goes, and then she finds another way. She finds the human way of doing things, and we go there. This is a beautiful scene. what, Jesus Christ, is so much more epic. The more I look at it, this was amazing. That's a forming moment. I have those in my infancy, and I'm sure most of us did. That moment where we learned a lesson and we'll carry that for the rest of our lives. And it's very much a child arguing, and I like this very strict morals. The world would be so much easier if everybody thought like that, if everybody expressed that and had those convictions. But we are human. It's not so easy, and lies help us a lot on our day-to-day. And so we are very complicated. But it's very, very interesting, this lesson, and beautiful, beautiful scene. Feels a little bit expositional here, but I mean, come on. I forgot her name. Damn it. Antiope, and then we have this ridiculous shot that's like, yep, that's the 80s. Jesus, those clothes, those colors. Here it feels even more. That's very interesting. She uses color in the mascara, but it doesn't feel so plastic and so much like here. And I'm like, what the hell? How does Wonder Woman... Oh, God, I hate this. I hate this, but I understand this. How does woman... we don't see Wonder Woman, but that's a person that's live. Jesus Christ. That's a person that's right there. Who the hell? How is nobody seeing that? But I like that they did their best to keep the continuity with BVS. Then we have Pedro Pascal's character, Maxwell, on the TV, doing his thing. We'll talk more about him later. And we have these people buying, stealing antiques. I mean, that's a brand, that's on brand with Wonder Woman. You're asking for, right? And this is a very over-the-top scene. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't understand who it's for. I guess kids will like this a lot because it's very theatrical. And it's very cute, and it's very Wonder Woman. Well, in a way. But I don't quite get its purpose, because it sets the tone that doesn't necessarily fit the rest of the movie, but it feels very deliberate from Patty. I love this. And it's very Wonder Woman to say, I hate guns. Oh, okay. Jesus, she's so strong. Okay. We have this lasso. I love learning the new properties of the lassos. And they hired a very kid actress. Is she pretending to be a kid, or is she just being a kid? I liked how she expanded the capabilities of the lasso of truth. And we have this revelatory? Okay. Sequence showing her current life. I lost part of my soul. Oh no, more people, no. Because when I saw old Etta Candy with Diana, I fucking died inside. Oh no! Let me get out of here. Okay. Okay, that was too much, because I don't know about you, but I was very involved with those characters in the first movie. And we have this Trevor Branch. We have basically here a summation of how is Diana now. And it's very important, because we see Wonder Woman before we see Diana as an adult. So this is basically setting her up, and I love this lonely life she lives, and it's very much what you'd expect, considering that it's Gal Gadot. That it's not a life of loneliness that is conditioned. It's a life of loneliness by choice. It's like she made this choice for herself. It's not loneliness by isolation from others. That's what sets her apart from Barbara, and it's very interesting to see this life, how she feels satisfied, not having anything else if she can't have Steve. So it's really cool. Jesus, girl, it's 85. It's 70 years, and you see a plane, and you're like, Steve, my God. It's like, what the hell? It's been so long. And we are introduced to Barbara. You know, the more I think about it, I think she's my favorite character in the movie. I don't know if it's because it's Kristen Wiig, and I love Kristen Wiig. But, I mean, her arc was the more subtle one. So much so that it feels incomplete, and I hope it gets completed. But the other ones were so bombastic and gigantic, and Patty didn't pull any punches with the scale of this movie. It involves the entire world. So I was very glad to have a human scale development. I think she's the character with the more consistent development in the entire movie, because it started small, it continued, and it got somewhere, and it had an ambiguous ending. The other ones felt so sequence of events that were a bit hard to keep track of. And we have this introduction to this beautiful woman. I'm so pissed that some guys passed by, and she asks for help, and they what the hell? They admittedly don't help. They just be like, excuse me, what the hell are you doing, lady? Just pick those up. And it's nice to have Diana here, and we have her ask out Diana, which is very pushy, so it's hard. I kind of understand her point, but it was interesting to have Diana saying no, being the one that's like, no, I'm good, thanks. And we have Gal Gadot being beautiful. I mean, Jesus Christ, she's not doing anything. She's just beautiful. She doesn't need to do anything. Jesus. And yeah, the FBI is dropping by to do this, to drop some stuff. And we get introduced to this weird ass stone, which is one of the plot points that I got most divided on. And when they contextualized with the gods thing, I was like, okay, then I guess I can accept it. I still won't like it, but okay. And yeah, it kind of makes sense when, we're dealing with Wonder Woman. We cannot, she's the daughter of Zeus. We cannot get too picky when talking about limits for magic. But it's just that the dimension it takes is so big. And that, I think that's the key, and why some people just don't seem to enjoy it so much. It's because the movie did not stop, did not pump the brakes. It went there. And I guess there would always be people that would be like, well, then how is an entire world involved? And then now the movie did that, went there, and involved the entire world, and a fucking careful what you wish for. And now we're like, oh my God, did you have to involve the entire world? Anyway, she meets with Barbara finally. It's a cute scene. I wish we had more of this. I guess that's... there was so much to do in this movie, and some stuff were done very well, and some stuff could have been done more. And Kristen and Gal's relationship could have been so much more fleshed out. Some people argue it could be in the entire movie and just have her be Cheetah in the next one. I agree, totally agree, but it doesn't totally not work here. And here we have this character, and I was like, are you serious? But I get it shows how Barbara is, and then she deals with this This is a very intense scene, and as one would expect. And I hope we can get to a point where we can defend ourselves by default, because I know we wouldn't like to live in a world where we need to defend ourselves all the time, but I guess sometimes it is like that.